Hello and welcome, Million Mom Movement community. My name is Stephanie Dawn. I'm the chair of the Million Mom Movement Council, and I'm joined here by my council members, Taz Ferreira, Carmela Velarde. I think Naeva is here, although I don't see her yet, and Jodi Parker. And we're here in celebration today because one of us is leaving, and it's bittersweet. It's a little melancholy for me. I'll be honest with you. I've been really emotional for the last couple of weeks. There may be some tears this morning, but that just is, indicative of the love really that we have here for this beautiful woman. So before we get into all the goodness of celebrating her, I'd like to invite Taz Ferreira to share our Million Mom Movement pledge. Will you share, Taz?
Absolutely. So hi, everyone. So I'm here joining my entire family. We had to be here on this amazing occasion, this celebration, really. So again, what is the pledge, right? This is not just something we say, this is something and how we live by. And this is a responsibility that we feel truly honored that we get to. We have the opportunity to live this lifestyle and read this together as a family, right?
Right.
Start us off. Yeah.
I pledge to defend the health of myself and my family. I pledge to choose organic foods that are minimally processed and free of man-made ingredients. I pledge to read labels and educate myself on all aspects of clean living. I understand that my actions today will positively impact the health and environment of future generations. I am committed to sharing this movement of many. I am the Million Mom Movement.
Absolutely. And you know what? This pledge is something that you could share with your friends, right? You could share with your teachers. You can easily share this pledge because it's found in our boards app and it's found in the Purium app. So, it actually helps us move this movement forward, and it helps people understand what we're all about. Without having to explain them all the details, you can just say, you know what, I have a pledge that shows you how I'm responsible for my body and everyone around me. And why don't you take a look and see if there's something that you would like to pledge as well? Perfect. Thank you. Back to you, Steph.
Right on. Love seeing you family do that. That was wonderful. Yay. All right. So we have a new segment. If you've been joining us for multiple Fridays now, we like to do this thing called In the News. And we come up with something either from within the council or from the field that speaks to the mission of the Million Mom Movement. And so something crossed our path this past week that made us go, And so we wanted to share it with you, and you can decide for yourself what it means. But Carmela, will you go ahead and share that news piece from Bon Appetit magazine?
Absolutely. Hello. Hi. Happy Friday, everyone. I just put in the chat the link over here. I'm so happy to see Amy Benner here with us today. Yay. And I loved seeing your family, Taz. Always, always so good. And I can't wait for today. So in the news, I'm sharing my screen now also to pull up the article link that I shared in the chat. But according to Bon Appetit, this is as of just this past week, June 21st, yesterday. A popular vegan meal company called Daily Harvest. I don't know if any of you all have maybe purchased or been a consumer of this product line, but it's pretty massive vegan company line, and droves of customers have complained on social media about a range of alarming health issues. And what I had seen was that many celebrities even had edified it, like Gwyneth Paltrow, and recall the plant-based meat alternative on her own platform. So many people on social media were sharing how much this company has to take a stand for what was put out there. And really what this calls to me about is that we need to read the labels. We need to be aware of what's going on in the news, because if you are consuming this and you haven't read this article, just know that this particular company and this brand, this it's called a lentil crumble. It has been giving debilitating liver health issues. Here we go. Gallbladder damage, agonizing stomach pain. I mean, I don't think any of you want this when you're consuming any of your foods. So just know that this has been out in the news publicly, and to be aware that not all foods that are vegan and are necessarily manufactured well and organic, like our company Purium. So just to read the labels, know what's going on currently, and we try to bring you what's most current in the news so that you know certain brands are at the same level of integrity that we would all love for our families to consume as well. So yes, I pass the mic back on and yeah, take a deeper look into that article just so you make your community aware of this particular brand.
Beautiful. Thanks, Carm. What we know is that glyphosate is widely sprayed on legumes and all grains. And we don't know if that's what's going on with this, but it made us go, and it made us want to bring this information to you because we want you only eating organic legumes. We want you only eating organic everything is what we want, right? Okay, and so some really big news came out that Jodi brought to my attention yesterday, and in regards to glyphosate. So Jodi, will you share that article?
Indeed, I just stuck it into the chat so you guys can read it yourself, but I'll also bring it up on the screen. So this last week, the Supreme Court on Tuesday declined to hear a bid from Bayer-owned Monsanto challenging thousands of lawsuits claiming its weed killer Roundup causes cancer. So we consider this good news here at the Million Mom Movement because they were trying to overturn a $25 million ruling in favor of a California man who alleged he developed cancer after using the chemical for years. And they wanted it brought to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court refused to hear it, and they didn't say why. But now there's all kinds of lawsuits that are being brought against Bayer Monsanto, and they're going to have to deal with them all. They have set aside more than $15 billion with a B, $15 billion to deal with the wave of US lawsuits linked to this weed killer. It's not just to get the dandelions out of your yard. And might I add that dandelions are the first food for bees every year. And we want the bees to have their food. So I'll just toss in that little activist claim there. But you can go through and read basically what they said, but we had the Detox Project's director, Henry Rollins, here a few weeks ago, and he says this landmark decision by the Supreme Court leaves Bayer with nowhere to go. They now have to face the fact that one of their most famous products causes cancer, as well as causing widespread environmental damage. And you can go into it. We've talked about glyphosate over and over again here. I don't need to repeat it. But we consider this good news. They are being held responsible for what that chemical is doing to all of us and to our environment. And thank goodness that people are bringing these lawsuits, because that is when we get change. And obviously we're all about creating change. So yay. Back to you, Steph.
Yeah, thanks, Jodi. You know, I just want to highlight for everyone that can hear my voice right now, never underestimate the power of you raising your voice about what's going on with glyphosate. Okay. Just a few weekends ago, I met up with two moms here on Bainbridge Island, and they were both feeding their children Cheerios. So we are the ones we've been waiting for. You've heard me say it. I'll keep saying it. I won't stop. Raise your voice whenever you can and invite people to join us here at Fierce Friday. Thank you so much. All right. Without further ado, we have a special guest here, Amy Venner, the co-founder of Purium. Welcome, welcome. This wouldn't be a send-off for Jodi without your presence here. So thank you so much, Amy, for making time.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you to the council. Thank you, Stephanie. It's really great to be here today. And yeah, today is a little bittersweet, And, you know, I was thinking, well, what do I want to say to Jodi? You know, I've known Jodi for a lot of years, and I like quotes. And so I was looking up some quotes earlier, and changing the world is always disruptive. And it was anonymous, but I'm like, you know what? Like the title that I would give to Jodi, if I were able to give Jodi a title, would be the Great Disruptor. And the reason that I would give Jodi that title of the Great Disruptor is I looked up what a disruptor is, and it says it's a person or a thing that prevents something, especially a system, process, or event, from continuing as usual or expected. And so Jodi is the kind of person that just doesn't take the status quo for granted. And Jodi is the kind of person that goes out of her way to find the truth, to find information that might be hiding in the shadows, and to bring light to it. And it takes a lot of courage to be a person that does that, because there can be a lot of judgment that comes with that. And Jodi is not afraid to shine light on things that she thinks is important, and to put the information out there so everyone can make their own informed choices about these decisions. And by illuminating things that can be in the shadows, I applaud your work as a disruptor. I'm so proud that that Purium and the Million Mom Movement have aligned with your value system. I know the pain you went through with your kids and your kids' health, and what drives you to be the researcher and disruptor that you are. And I know that you do it and you share it with others because you want to save others the pain that you went through and the fear that you went through. And I think that, you are a shining example of what it means to be, a mama bear that is not just mama bearing over your own family, but has opened your arms to really the entire community here at Purium, the entire community on the World Wide Web, and said, I've got information, I've lived through things, I feel this weight and responsibility, and I want to share, because if I can do something to take away someone else's hurt, especially in a child, I'm going to do everything in my power to do that. And you are just an incredible leader in that way. And it's been such an honor that you've been on this council since the beginning, and you've shared your knowledge and your passion with us here at corporate, with this whole incredible community. And I just can't be more grateful for the love and the effort and the passion that you have put into this all these years. And to me, this is not a goodbye. It may be a stepping off the council. I certainly hope it's not a goodbye. And I'm hoping it's a new beginning and just a little bit of a different light, and that you keep being that incredible role model that you are, and you keep leaning even deeper into this title that I'm giving you, the Million Mom Movement Great Disruptor, and you keep being you and shining light on things that are in the shadows and making the world a better place and a safer place for our children as you do that. I love you so much, and I thank you for everything that you've done for us here at Purium and the Million Mom Movement. And I want to wish you the best in all of the amazing, exciting things that you're going to do with some of the free time you're going to have. Well, not volunteering as much with the duties of being on the council. So I love you, Jodi, and thank you so much for all your service and efforts and love you've given here at Purium and the Million Mom Movement.
Beautiful, Amy. Thank you. Not a goodbye at all. Yeah, deep breaths, everyone. Bless you, Amy. The great MMM disruptor, Jodi. It doesn't get much better than that, babe. All right, Mr. Sandoval. I do believe Dave is with us.
Oh no, you guys.
Are you there, Dave? He said he was here.
I saw him.
Okay, hang on. There he is. Oh, we just need to unmute him. Let's unmute Dave. There we go.
There we go. There we go. Well, I want to say hi, and now I'm going to go off camera and just be with my voice. But very well said, Amy. And I want to speak to a couple of things before I get to our special guest today. You know, the first thing is that there's a lot of this greenwashing going on, and a lot of this health washing going on. So I want everybody, I think we should start remember those things like what's in your wallet, or, you know, when people ask a question like that, well, we're not asking what's in, but what is your protein powder in? What's your green drink in? What are your supplements in? We need to start a hashtag, what are your supplements in?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the Million Mom movement is probably something that started, remember, from a vision. It started from a thought. It started from a dream. It started from a wish and a desire to share this passion, because people don't know what they don't know. Okay, they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they're pissed off about until you tell them, most of the time. Okay, because they're just, everybody wants to get comfortable. And I'll tell you, when you're comfortable, you start to die. It's just an old phrase, you know, if you're getting comfortable, you're getting ready to die. So my dream for all of you is that you never get comfortable. Okay, because the way, if you want to be alive, if you want to feel alive, if you want your life to have purpose, find a passion the way that Jodi has found her passion. Okay. The way that Stephanie has found her passion, the way that the people and every member of the Million Mom movement have been encouraging mamas to turn their passion into a paycheck with the Purium opportunity. Okay. That's so important that we can't forget that in the process of changing the world, you could also transform your personal family finances. And that's real. But I want to get back to this greenwashing, okay? Because Jodi doesn't put up with this BS, okay? She's the type who's going to tell you what's what. So when someone comes and they say, oh, it's healthy because, and nobody get offended here, because it's vegan. Well, that's a good step in the right direction, but that doesn't make it healthy, okay? It could have glyphosate. It could have preservatives, artificial colors, sweeteners, all types of nasty stuff, and it can still be vegan. It's healthy because it's gluten-free. Well, that's a real good thing for people who are celiacs. Okay, it is. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't have chemicals. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have, okay, preservatives and colorings and additives, or even glyphosate. Okay. Oh, it says all natural. Don't even get Jodi started on that one. Okay. Because that means absolutely nothing. It's the biggest lie that you could find on food packaging, is the term all natural. Okay. So that pledge is phenomenal. Okay. That pledge is a mantra. You say it, you speak the words, you put it in the universe. You shouldn't read it. You need to speak it out loud. Okay? Because your words have power. And so when we invited Jodi to be part of the Million Mom movement, I don't know what she thought, but we thought this is going to be great. We could get a year out of her. She's so busy. She's so many things going on in her life. But if we could get a good year out of her before she has to move on to other things, we're going to be so blessed. And our blessings have been multiplied. Okay? Because she didn't just give us 1 year or 2 years. She's been there from the beginning. Okay? And so I just want to say that that type of dedication is hard to come by. And if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person. They're busy for a reason. Okay. And Jodi's one busy person. And so for all the reasons that have been stated, tell you a story real quick, a purpose. A big fire swept through my land about 6 years ago. And the biggest trees on my land, the 40, 50, 60, 70-foot trees, were the ones that caught the embers that were flying through the air first, and they're the ones that burned. And to look out at, the site of what was once there and is now gone was painful. But what I didn't know is the fire wasn't taking away, the fire was giving. And those giant trees had giant root systems. And the roots that spread out like spider webs across the earth, but under the ground, it took a while, but they sprouted. Each of those big trees sprouted no fewer than 12 and as many as 30 trees each. And those trees grew fast because they already had a root system that was established. And now where there was once one grand tree, there is now a stand of trees. It's like a miniature forest, a full canopy. And so while Jodi may be moving on and it may feel like the fire has, taken her or whatever you might call it, it's not true at all. It's not true at all. She's going to still be here, still doing her thing and doing great things in media that we're all going to hear about. That's for her to speak to and not me. However, the roots, what she has set down, all of you are going to sprout up and grow quickly into your power in her absence. And soon, where there was one Jodi, there's going to be stands of warriors, okay, stepping up into their power. Because when Jodi's voice is missed, your voice will replace it. And all of our voices will echo with the inspiration that has come from Jodi's perspiration, the hard work that she's put in. So yes, we will miss her, but it is up to you to be those trees that come up and rise up and grow quickly. So that, Jodi's time on this movement will have been so fruitful. And so without further ado, and with one last reminder, hashtag, what's your package made out of? And also that pledge has to be spoken out loud by as many people so that you could become, just a little bit more like Jodi. And so thank you all. And I want to turn it back to our moderator. And hopefully we'll hear from our special guest.
Right on, Dave. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness, such a beautiful image, metaphor, all the above, really gorgeous. So I have a few words that I'd like to share to you, Miss Jodi. And usually I'm the extemporaneous one, but I've actually written something for today because that's what I was called to do. I call you Dr. Jodi. She's not a doctor, but I call her that. I call her Mini Dave. Because when I can't get access to Dave, I have access to Jodi. And we all have, we've all done that. We've all, taken advantage of your knowledge over the years and with much gratitude. You are not a crown with Purium, but you are a queen of the Million Mom movement. And your dedication and commitment to this movement from its inception has been incredibly inspiring to me. We have traversed so much together as a council these past years, especially in 2020 and 2021. I am forever grateful for our sisterhood during these incredibly difficult days. And I will always remember the way that we came together to support each other. And I wondered if Leora is around. Is she close by? Okay, because this is for you, Leora, the sixth speed.
He's getting her. He's yelling, quickly, run. She's going. She's yelling, I'm coming.
It wouldn't really be a celebration for you, Jode, without including the mini me, Leora. Hello, beautiful. This is for you. Hi. You're our sixth Beatle, I've loved to call you. And, you know, even though the Beatles were 4 and we were 5, you're the 6th. So I like to create things like that, play with words. Your presence, Leora, has added so greatly to the council and to the field. And I want you to know how valuable you are to this community. You have a standing invitation to come back anytime with or without your mom and bring your brothers if they want to come. Thank you, Leora, for all that you have done for Fierce Friday and the Million Mom Movement, and all that you will continue to do, really, as you raise your voice, because I know that you will. So, bless you.
He already does.
Oh, I do. I do it a little too much.
There's a reason they call her mini me.
And so there's a fun fact that I wanted to share. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jodi, but wasn't it your eldest boy who came up with the term sad to rad?
Yeah, he was the one who came up with from sad standard American diet to rad real American diet. Yeah, that was Joshua. This is Kaysen. I don't know where
Kaysen, welcome. Yeah, I just really wanted to give it up to Joshua and to you, Kaysen, in the way that the brothers have showed up over the years as well in support of everything that you've been doing, Jodi. And the kids takeover is, like, to this day is being talked about, you know, nonstop. We need to do it again, etc. But Joshua has that to his name, sad to rad, because that one's not going anywhere. You embody this movement with every fiber of your mama bear self. And I know that that will not change. You are fearless. You are fierce. You educate tirelessly about what is going on beyond the dominant narrative that many have never heard or read about. You have tirelessly given yourself to this field and to its crowns and all of your answers to the oh so many questions folks have about Purium. And I know you will continue to do that, maybe with some stronger boundaries. You will always be the OG MMM Council, and we intend to have you back here on Fierce Friday often. Mwah. I love you, Jode.
I love you too. Not gonna cry. Not.
Carm, Taz, I don't know that Naive is here. I've been texting her, but Carm, Taz, either one, would like to go.
Okay, so I didn't prepare anything, so we'll just speak from the heart. Jodi has been, I don't know, a sister who you're so incredible, Jodi. You speak my language. Whenever we're the ones that we go to all the time. People come to us with all the questions that we just shoot, you know, with each other. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And we have great conversations. And to know that this movement, how authentic you are exactly who you say you are. How you see her show up every single week on this call, this is exactly who she is. She lives and breathes this, and I consider her family. This is a very integrate part of our family. We integrate so well. Leora, the boys, everyone. It's not goodbye. This is just something, a shift, something different, something better will come. I know there must always be. And
She's amazing. She does so much for like
everyone.
Yeah.
When the kids found out the news, all of a sudden they were like, what? Jodi's the glue. She's the heart and soul of everything that we do. Whenever we have an idea, we shoot it with Jodi, so I know this is going to be something different. It's a chapter in another chapter of what's to come. And I can't wait to know more and to understand how, as a movement, we're going to grow even better and wider. I know this will happen. And Jodi, I know whatever you have planned, it's going to be even more massive. It's going to be greater because, as Amy said, you are the ultimate disruptor. This is who you are. When she said that, I'm like, exactly, that is Jodi herself. You embody that. You live, eat, breathe that. And we are so fortunate. We feel fortunate to know you, to be part of your family, to be part of this council. I mean, we love you so much, Jodi.
You are the minimum movement. I love you. Mwah.
Carm?
I knew this would be such an emotional call because we've been in sisterhood for almost 2 years. When I had first come on, Jodi, and I had looked at what I was being invited into, it was a true sisterhood of activism. And I'll never forget the conversation that we'd had where, how does activism sit with you? And when I did my research with, Stephanie and you, I was like, oh my gosh, I get to be a part of this. This is an amazing community. Like, I'm so excited. I was so excited because of what you both have created with Naeva. And I'm still, to this day, I can't believe I'm doing what I'm doing together here with you. And we're sending you off with so much grace and love because, as Taz and Stephanie and Amy and Dave have all said, how much you offer the community and how much you offer the wellness industry, for that matter. Let's just talk about the entire industry. We need that quality of voice that you are courageously bringing every day. And it gives us all hope. I mean, I see the amount of followers and the amount of comments and the amount of energy that's just around your voice. And that's very valuable in the world that we know is really, we need these candles that are so, so necessary. And a word that I really connect with you, and I think about like your archetype that I too feel very connected is the creatrix, because it is a goddess energy. And it's also in reference to Durga, which is the creation energy of the world. Who is a creatrix woman? She's someone who's deeply connected to herself as a woman and the feminine source of creative power. She gives rise to desires, gives birth to ideas and life of all kinds. She dreams courageously and trusts so deeply in the intrinsic co-creative connection she shares with the divine and natural world. She nurtures herself, those around her, and the planet. She is the guardian and protector of the magical essence of life. And she understands that without darkness, there is no light. Without the beautiful presence of the masculine in our world, there is no wholeness. To be a master creatrix, she accepts the power of owning her shadow side, and being vulnerable is the superpower of living freely, fully, and creatively. And what we do here and what we do in our outside world, I know is our legacy. And so thank you so much for being a part of mine and my story here with the Million Mom Movement. And together we grow. I love you. And I love you too, Leora. You know I do. I loved meeting your family. I love your family. And I do look forward to many other trips that we have all together as a group.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Carmela and Taz. We have Crown Mary Beth Fleming here.
Oh, you guys.
Let's
Killing me here.
hear from you, Ms. Maribeth.
Oh, you guys, all of your words are so sweet and endearing. And Jodi, you're just so amazing. I have learned so much from you over the last few years that I've been involved. And you are a big reason that I got so excited about the Million Mom movement. It's because the first time I heard you speak, I was just like, wow, this lady is an activist. She knows what she's talking about. She's so knowledgeable. And I'm just so grateful for your generosity and how much you share your knowledge with all of us and help us learn more. And your family, your sweet daughter, I had so much fun with her at Diamond Club. And I don't know what's next for you. I haven't heard the details, but I know whatever it is, it's got to be amazing. And I just am so thankful for everything you've created here, because it's helped so many of my brand partners, helped so many friends really get a bigger vision of what we're doing here. And I'm so, so grateful. And I just wish you the best. And I know that this is just the beginning of something brand new and amazing for you. So thank you again. I completely respect you in so many ways. I so respect your knowledge, so respect for you, how you stand up in the world. And I'm just excited to see what else is to come. So thank you. We love you.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Oh my goodness. Well, I can imagine there's probably some others that would like to raise their voices and show some love with Jodi. But before we do that, I really wanted to give you, Jodi, an opportunity to share, to go back in time a little bit, actually, because your work with the MMM, it predates me. I think it might even predate Naeva, who I don't know where she is, by the way. She's mysteriously not here, which is very unusual for her without a text, but hope maybe she'll make it. She might be having Wi-Fi issues. But Jodi, I wonder if you'd be willing to go back in time and let everyone.
Naeva.
Yes, Dave.
Naeva was here with me at the Oasis this morning. They drove away and she had intended to be in cell service in time to, join the call. So I know it was her absolute intention to, and she had organized her day to be able to.
Okay.
And I'm hoping she didn't have a charger issue. She said she was, potentially had a charger issue with her phone. So hopefully her phone didn't die.
Okay, well, we'll welcome her if she makes it here. I hope she will. Thank you, Dave. So let's take a trip down memory lane, if you wouldn't mind, Jodi. We'd love to hear your experience of what it was like to join Purium way back when. Will you let us know what year that was?
It will be 7 years officially on the 21st of July. So how did it start? Well, it started when I had sick kids and I had to figure out how to save them. It wasn't just my oldest. Everybody's heard the oldest story, but the second had as many health issues as the first. He just didn't get as sick because I knew what I was doing by the second and was able to pivot and help him immediately. But when he was 18 months old, he was the one that came in here. He's now 14. I realized I had a lot of tools, and there were a lot of mothers around me that were struggling like I did. There was no Facebook, there were no mommy blogs, that kind of thing when 18 years ago, when Joshua was sick. And I had to figure it all out by myself. And that was horrifying and very scary. And so I vowed that that I never wanted another mother. Sorry, darn it. To struggle like I did. And if I could help, I was going to do so. And I started getting on, that's when Facebook was around, and I started getting on natural groups and answering questions anywhere I could, just cause. And so 2016, I'm at convention, and one of my upline, who's actually no longer even really involved, dragged me across the room to Amy and said, Amy, this is Jodi Parker, and she is the Million Mom movement, and you need to work with her. And that is how it started. And so out of that convention in August, Amy and I and her assistant ended up on weekly calls. And that was when they were first launching the Million Mom Movement website. And we were talking about how to create that and what that looked like. And at the time, they were sending out emails when you signed up, and it was going to be a weekly blog post that went out. And I'm the girl who came up with all 52 blog post titles. and started writing the blogs. And I worked with Amy's assistant more so than Amy, because Amy didn't need to be involved by that point, because we had figured it all out. And then we started working and started writing those blog posts, and those started going out. And it didn't really take off the way we thought it would. And that was 2016 and in 2017. And then in 2017, I'm the one that people come to when they have children who are challenged. And so my whole team had children who were challenged. And so I was the great disruptor around we need gluten-free labeling, and we need to know what the testing are, and I need this and I need that. And the old marketing director and I would get into, I wouldn't say arguments, we got along fine, but we get into it about balancing marketing with transparency and how we do that so we don't freak out the 85% who might see a trace, heavy metal on a test and freak out when that's totally normal and is in your broccoli that you buy at your grocery store, and how to balance all that. So I was very involved in helping update the knowledge base with all the information I was finding, because I was suddenly the source for all the crowns who had questions. Jodi will know. And that is how I ended up on the council 4 years ago. I was very involved I have read so many scholarship applications, you guys. You have no idea how many hours I have spent reading scholarship applications. I was not sad to give that up to other people after a year and a half of reading scholarship applications. First Friday, we started small, and it just grew and grew. And I was a television news producer in my history. So I was like, we need to produce it more. And thus you see what you see today. And we did the hangouts that we did during 2020 during the lockdowns to bring community together so people didn't feel alone. And I started helping by filling in with Dave, because I listened to everything he said. And so I've heard so many of Dave's stories. And if you guys ever get the chance, if you haven't been to a live event where Dave is telling the stories, that's the best part of any live event. Make sure you go, because you will learn so much in those situations. And so I've just been super grateful to be of service and to have a bigger rooftop to shout from, because there are a lot of mamas out there who are scared and who are afraid and who don't know how to help their babies. And we have real solutions that really work. And my sole purpose on the planet is to help all the mamas and save all the babies. And so when it came down that it was time to start thinking about changing council members, I'm like, I've been here the longest, I need to volunteer. And so as you see the council start to shift in upcoming months, I am leaving partially because I have to make room for somebody else. And what Dave said and what you've all said, like, dudes, I can't be the only voice. I have been screaming from the rooftop since 2009. I cannot be the only voice. And if I can help you find your voice, if I can help you with more information so you can give that out to people, we need to come together, because the babies are suffering. The babies are suffering and the mamas are suffering. And it's not okay, because there are answers. So I need you to be brave like I did. It is not easy to be this voice. I have lost friends. I've pissed people off. But I don't care. I would not change it, because we live in a world where people don't speak up because they're afraid. They're afraid to lose friends. They're afraid people will come after them for whatever reason. But truth always wins.
You didn't lose a single friend.
Right. You're probably exactly right. They weren't a friend. They weren't a friend. But truth wins, but it only wins if people talk about it and put it out there and share knowledge. And my approach to that is not around judgment. It's around help. It's around being of service. It's around giving people solutions and empowerment. And so go out there and empower people, because they don't know what they don't know. And I've been on this journey. I started eating organic in 2001. And my kids know when mom finds out something new, suddenly we're not eating that anymore. I'm that way. I'm like, no, we're not tapering. We're not, it's poison. I know it's poison now. I'm not feeding you poison, period. But mom, no, I don't care. We're throwing it away. Well, can't we give it to the food bank? No, I'm not going to poison other people knowingly either. Like, sorry, it's poison. And so that is, that's where I find myself. And I have been through a year of great transition. And God is saying, go find a bigger rooftop to shop from. And it's not just health and nutrition that I do. I've been in like energy healing since 1998, and I don't do that because I don't have time. And this one has missed many of a Friday play date because of Fierce Friday, and she needs her mama. And I'm so grateful that you guys have allowed her to come be a part of this, because we do it for them. You know, we do it for her. We do it for Kiara and Lucio. We do it for all of the kids. And so that she's gotten to be a part of this has been a huge gift to me as a mama, for her to see that there are other people out there willing to fight. And I have an opportunity that has not coalesced yet, but it's huge. It's huge, you guys. It's huge. I don't want to say it yet because it isn't firm yet, and it's not official yet, and it may still not happen. But I am pursuing something that will give me a bigger voice to, instead of hundreds and thousands, it'll be millions. So I'll speak that out there, hold the space for me that this happens. And if it doesn't happen, something else will. And in the meantime, Tass and I, and one of her brand partners, Sherry, have graciously invited me. Every Tuesday, we do a Health Matters Live on Facebook, where we're talking all the product knowledge. And so you can still follow me there and still ask all the product questions. And so thank you to Tass and to Sherry for inviting me. I'm not on their team, so for inviting me to be a part of that team. So that'll be happening Tuesdays. And I'm also involved in a international organization that is working to create solutions to the problems that we see today using blockchain, actually, which I don't know a lot about, but I am one of their spokespeople, and I do community calls and lives every Tuesday in the morning, and Tuesday with Tass is 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific, and it's just on Facebook. It's recorded. You guys can go watch it. Next week, we're talking college. So I will still be around, but yeah, it's clear to me that it is time for me to step even further into being me and having a wider container to shout from. So that's where my intention is. But in the meantime, I have a 9-year-old who really needs her mommy, and I've been volunteering for 6 years. And so it is time for somebody else to step in and be the voice, but I'm not going anywhere. And if you guys have Ask the Council things again and you need me to come help, please invite me. I'm happy to do that. So I'm not going away. I'm just going into a different form of Jodi, a bigger form, hopefully, because it is time. Okay, now I'm done. And I
want to thank you. Well, you made me cry a couple times, but I'm not on camera, so nobody knows. And I just want to say that the next iteration of the Million Mom movement is going to be definitely impressive, and it will definitely be a continuation and a building upon what you all have begun. And just so exciting to know that so many people are ready. I believe, Jodi, so many people are ready to step into their power because of you. And it's a lot of times when that space is created, they say a lot of times the younger generation, what does it mean I created space or held space? Well, what it means is that you held things steady while other people developed, while other people grew, while other people it's like protecting the perimeter, while something has a chance, and so that's what you've done for so many people. You've held the perimeter while other people had the chance to get strong and to grow into their own power. And now it's almost like when you're teaching a child to swim, at some point it's so hard. You let go and you're just sitting there and you're wondering, oh, please, come on, reach with those arms, kick those legs, come on. And I know Jodi's going to be watching from the side of the pool, and she's going to be watching to see if we're all kicking and if we're all moving our arms and we're keeping our head above water. So I want to challenge everybody right now to just be your Jodi, be your inner Jodi, like bring it out and let the world see it. So Jodi's gone for a minute, not forgotten, but it doesn't mean she's not going to be back occasionally for a guest appearance or writing the occasional blog or opinion. So, and she may not know it, but I'm going to need her for just a minute as I write the protocols for the nursing and pregnant moms that I'm waiting to share on my Wednesday night call. So she's not done yet. So again, congratulations, Jodi, on all of the ways that you've inspired us, on all the ways you've educated us. I believe strongly in education and inspiration. It's what I'm built to do. And you are absolutely not a Dave point two. I may be a Jodi point two. So let's just celebrate you, okay? And make that real clear.
Thank you for that.
I love that. Right on. Okay, Michelle Ricci, welcome.
Hi, what a beautiful tribute. I love this community so much. Jodi, congratulations. I just know you're going to do great things. You're just growing out of a layer of your skin right now, Mama. And I just personally want to thank you because I remember reaching out to you and just thinking, I didn't even know you, but I'm like, maybe Jodi would know. And then I just reached out and you just embraced me and welcomed me in. And we've been friends ever since. And when I saw you at Diamond Club, you just ran up to me and squeezed me. Like we just hadn't seen each other in a few months. Like it felt so real. And I really feel like you are the embodiment of this community and the care and the connection that, there's just no competition and you really do blow me away, Jodi. You remind me that there's no time to play small. That there's no time to play small. And I really, Diamond Club really sent that home for me, is that we just have such a bigger obligation to women, to our community, to caretakers, to each other. And so I'm so excited for you. My heart is just blown wide open. And, like everybody said, this isn't the end, it's the beginning of something for everyone. And I just want to say thank you for the time and the attention that you've given me and just how personable and easily approachable you've been and how you stand for us to really be the biggest version of ourselves that we could be, and not to get caught up in the minutia and just stay focused on what we're really trying to do here as a community. And so thanks for leading the way. And I have so much love for you and respect.
Thank you. I keep not saying anything because I'm just barely holding it together, you guys.
Receive, Mama, receive. Well, I think it's time for Carmela. Yeah, our little we have a little special something that Carm's gonna be sharing her screen over there.
Go, guys.
I would really like to bring on my colleague, my friend, amazing mom.
Good morning. It's
Fierce Friday once again with the Million Mom Movement. My name is Jodi Parker, and I get really excited to hear her speak.
Hey, Jode.
We love you, Jodi. Thank you.
What can I say? I'm gonna miss you like crazy, woman.
We love you so much, Jodi.
You are gonna be so missed. As so much love as you create your life going forward.
I had so much fun. I've learned so much from you. I love your family. And
Thank you so much, Leora, for reading our pledge over the past years. It's been an absolute honor.
it's been such a pleasure and an honor to serve together with you on the Million Mom Movement Council.
I see so many amazing opportunities coming your way.
Many blessings.
Mwah.
Deep breaths. Yeah. I'll send you the link for that, Jode.
Anytime I need a good cry.
Can you feel the love, honey? We really aren't going anywhere.
I told them not to do this, you guys. I begged them, please don't do this.
And I was like, no.
No. They all were like, oh, no. We're celebrating you. Deal with it.
Exactly. So on that very full experience of love and connection and just really feeling the heart of this community, everyone, thank you for being with us today to celebrate the amazing Jodi Parker, who we know is going on to greatness. All right, because that, my dear, is your destiny. So next week we are talking about healthy summer snacks and hacks. We're leading with health. So please join us next week to learn how you can weave in these superfoods and nourish your children, your friends' children, the community's children with what it is that we have, and maybe even create some superfoods events, superfood Saturdays. You know, everything and anything is possible here with the Million Mom Movement. So thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you, Jodi. Thank you for all your love and service. You will be remembered for a very long time, as I said, as the OG MMM Council. So shine on, sister. We love you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I did pay attention to everything in the chat. Thank you for all the well wishes. I'm humbled, you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're worthy.
We love you, Jodi.
Love you, Jodi.
Thank you.